All right, doing this one more time. Let me know if it works. It's a couple of minutes delay. Great. All right. Let's just run with it then and see what happens. Yeah? Okay. We're going to go for it. Start over. So guys, sorry so much for the technical difficulties. We're going to start from scratch. This is Zach, and I will let him take it from here.
Hi guys. Okay, so if you got any of that, we're basically doing dance cardio. I'm with 305 Fitness. It's 20-25 minutes of just really living your best life. I want you guys to just commit to it, go full out, and let your inner divas come through. So on that note, let's get up. And if you need water, if you just need breaks, like it's all good. This is stress-free. So let's do it. All right, guys, let's go. Start to jog it up. Jog it up. Take it side to side. Let's go. Let's go. Move those feet side to side. All right, we're going to take those arms out. 3, 2, reach it. Go reach. Reach. Nice. So we're just starting to wake up our bodies here. 3, 2, hold it. Hold it. Give me fast feet. Fast feet. That's right. That's right. In 4. In 3. In 2. Let's squat it down. And up. Down. And up. Nice. Really working through those glutes. We're just warming up the body. 4. In 3. In 2. Let's dance it up. You got a V-step right here, right here. Reach. Up. Let's go. You got 4 more counts. 4. 3. 2. We shuffle. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. That's it. Just warming up the body. 4. 3. 2. Let's take it back to the top. Squat it down. Squeeze. Press through. Down. Up. You got 4 more squats. 4. In 3. 2. V7. 4. 3, 2, 1. Hey. Let's go. You got 4 more counts. Reach, reach. Right here, right here. You've got it. 3, 2. Shovel out, shovel out. Let's go. Let's go. Nice. Starting to get that heart rate up. 4, 3, 2. All right, guys. Run it out with me. Let's go. Back it up. Hey. Work. That's right. That's right. 2 more. Give me booty on that. Back it up. Yes. 4, 3, 2. Move those hips. Take it down. 4, 3, 2. Again. Yes. Work. Take it down. Hey. 3, 2. Hit it. Let's go. I want that energy up. You got 4 more. You got 3, 2. All right, let's go. Run it out. Run it out. Back it up. Back it up. Hey. Guys, make this sexy! You got 4 counts! 3, all about the booty. Hey, hold it, 4 times. 4, 3, 2, drop it down. Work, again. Yes! We're all about feeling sexy. 4, 3, 2, let's go. Hey, hey! I love it! You got 4 more counts. If you're not feeling this good, I don't want to see it. You better get to that level. Let's get a great body. 3, 2, go. Hey. Let's go, let's go. Pick it up. Guys, it's just a grapevine, so I want to see that cue. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, walk it to the front. Back it up. Let's go. I don't care if the arms aren't the same as mine. I just want you to feel sassy with it. Thank you. 4, 3, work. Hey. Remember, guys, we got 20-25 minutes of this. So you gotta pace yourself, right? Let's get those walks. You can take it easier right here. Take it front. Back it up. Hey. 2 more. 4, 3, 2. Right here, let's punch it out. Hey. so I'll just follow along. Move your body, it feels so good. Let's do it. All right, in 4, 3, 2, fast feet. Let's go. Hold it, fast feet. Hold it, fast feet. Can you take a little faster? Hold your core up, roll those shoulders back. 4, all right, let's have some fun. Watch me clap it out. Hold it. Hey! Work. Move that ass back and up. 4, 3, 2, we punch. Let's go. 305 Fitness, we're about being strong, we're about committing to this shit. I want you to feel sexy. Punch it out, let's go. In 4, 3, 2, hold it. Let's go! I'm doing fast feet, but it doesn't have to be so boring, right? You can feel yourself, you can feel cute. Yes, 4, 3, 2, just give me jumping jacks right here. Let's go, let's go. Jack those arms up. Come on, divas, you've got 4. You've got 3. Are we gonna take that pump out right here? 3, 2. Let's go. Keep it up. You got 4. You got 3. Are you getting low on that? Let's punch it out right here. 3, 2. Right, you give it a little bounce with that. Give me some groove. You've got 8 seconds. Go. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. Hold it right here. Let's get those fast feet. Fast feet. Let's go. You keep those elbows in. Roll those shoulders back. And you are owning this. 8, 7, 6. All right, guys. I want to bring that little sexy moment back right here. Let's go. You see how I drop? Drop. Yes! I'm feeling the good energy. Come on, this is Turn Tuesday. Hold it right here. After the night. Let this music drive you. 4, 3. All right, I want to see you get sassy. Walk it out. Hey. Give me drama. That's way more fun, right? Not, right, own it. Here we go. Jack it up. Let's go. Keep it up, keep it up. Despacito. All right, guys, we're gonna take the blocks again. 4, 3, walk it out. Yes! Are you feeling cute on the blocks? Or are you running errands? We want it to be cute. Right here. All right, let's get that heart rate up a little bit. If you need to, you modify, right? You can take it right here, and I would be just as obsessed with you. All right? 4, 3, let's punch it down. Touch the ground. Yes. Keep it up. You got 4 more counts, it's 4. You've got 3. You've got 2. All right, just give me punches towards me. Work that upper body. Work that upper body. Give me that strength. Let's go. You guys got 5 seconds here. We're gonna take this kind of heart rate push a little bit more, all right? Let's do it again. High knees if you can. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'm sweating. If you're not there yet, I need you to push a little harder. I love it. Here we go. Let's go. If you need to modify, you modify, right? You give me something, you keep pushing. You got this. God, I love feeling good. Here we go. 4, 3, 2. Work. Work. Maybe you take a little faster. You got 5. You got 4. You think you got 1 more round in you to really get that heart rate up? Let's do it. Get those knees up, divas. You got 8. I love it. 6. In 4. 2 more moves. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Push. Push. If that's too fast, you slow it down. Right? 8. 6. Doesn't moving just make you feel so good? Let's go. Hey! love it, guys. Give me those punches nice and strong. All right, we got a little bit more of this warm up, but we're just gonna dance it out. To the right. Let's go. Work. You've got it. 4. All right, we're coming to the end of this warm up. You're gonna give me 8 squats. Let's go. Down, squeeze. 8. What? 7. Count it with me out there. 6, 3. Oh, I didn't hear anything. 4. What? 3. I felt that. 2. And 1. Shake it out. We're halfway through. Guys, we're gonna go into what we call our choreography section. So this is where you really feel like you're back up dancing for Lady Gaga. So I wanna see that commitment, okay? Grab water if you need it. If you're with me, we start with walks. Walk it out. Let's go. Come on, I wanna see attitude on these walks. Let's go. Here we go, in 4, 3. Give me your best poses, just pose. These are whatever you want. That's the extra that I need. Here we go. Take it towards me. Shimmy. Let's go. You just my size. 4 more. 3. Just hold it. Turn it out. Guys, we go back to the top of the choreography. You're gonna give me a little extra. Here we go, here we go. Walk. I don't even feel like I'm working out. I just feel so sexy. That's what I want from you. We pose it out. Right? Give me that attitude. Here we go. You guys ready? 4, 3, 2. Y'all look good. Let's go! You're just my size. 4, 3, 2. Let's go. Jack it up. Turn it out. Turn it out. Give me those jumping jacks. Guys, I'm dripping. I'm so sweaty. I love it. In 4. Watch me. It gets cute. Single, 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 double. 8. Work. 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Double, double, single, 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 double. Good. Woo! My legs are firing up. 4. Now we get sassy. You got 4 more. You got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, hold it. Really pop that back. I need to see it. I need to feel that good energy. We go back to the tippy top of this dance. Single, single, double. Bit up. I'm feeling it too, but I'm feeling really good. So we're gonna stay with it. Here we go. 3, 2, double, 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 single, single, single. Bit up. That's what we're doing. 1, 3, 2. This next song, Boss Bitch, my favorite. We love a Boss Bitch. Drive you. Let's go. I want high energy. 4, 3. Watch. Up, up, out, out. Go. 4. Take it up. I love this song. I feel like such a diva. Here we go. Watch me. 1, 2, hop. Again. Go. Go. 4, 3, 2. 2 poses. Again. Pose. Ooh, slide. Go. Slide. Y'all look good. All right, you ready? We got that step out. Reach up. 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Hey! 2 more. Stay with it. 4, 3, 2. Pose. Again. Pose. All right, watch me. Step it out. Go. Let's go. 4, 3. All right, we got a breather. You guys ready? Touch your toes. Yes. Sexy. 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Woo! Maybe you're feeling yourself. Maybe you're rolling that head around. I don't care. 4, 3, 2. Pump it low. Turn it out. All the way around. We go back to the top. Are you guys ready? To the right. Cute. Add a little attitude with it. Maybe shoot out that hip. Ready? Go. Y'all ready? 4, 3, 2. Let's go. Let's go. I know we're feeling it. We got a couple more dances, guys, and that's going to be it with us. So I want you to really get into this. Woo! Oh, sweat in my eye. Y'all ready? I love this song. Let's go. You're just swimming through those arms. Do not panic. We got a little box step. Cross. Cross. Cross, right? That's it. And then maybe you add some shoulders because you're feeling cute. Lefty. Walk to me, walk. Back it up, back it up. Take your time. Work. 4, 3. Don't stop caring about me now. Walk away. All right, guys. Let's go. Kick it. Little kicks. Little kicks. It's a little bop. All right, divas. We go back to the top of this one. Round 2. Here we go. Let's go. 4, 3. You already did it. You already did it. See, once you got that step, you're like chilling. You're just like, what? I could be brushing my teeth doing a box step and feeling cute. Here we go. In 4, 3. You got that breather. Walk. Back it up. Guys, feel cute on these walks, right? I'm not picking up my groceries. I'm feeling sassy. Here we go. Body roll. Caring about me now. Walk away. Here we go. 4, 3. We got those kicks. Let's go. Kick it up, kick it up. You got 4, 3. All right, guys. Right here, take it, run. Back it up. 1, 2. A little step. Good. Keep it tight. You got 4, 3. Full body roll. Ready? Hey. This is whatever you want. You're just shaking those hips. Yes! 4, 3, 2. We need a breather. Woo! I'm like taking a good break right here. You guys ready? We go back to the top. Shuffle, shuffle. Back it up, back it up, back it up. Shuffle, shuffle. Work. All right, now I need that sex appeal to come up right here. You make it so sexy. Hey, hey, hey. Yes! When I do it, I'm just like, ooh, it's all about me. I feel so sexy on this. I want you to feel that. Here we go. Let's go. Work. Guys, we got one more dance. One more dance. This is where you hit it hard. Let's walk. Like vertigo. Yes! 4, 3. 1, 2. Watch. You got it, hips. All right, fibers. We drop it down low. 3, 2. Right, left, up, down, right, left. Oh, that feels good. Right here. We hit. Yes! All right, guys, you ready? Last time we walk it out. I'm on my tippy toes. If I was in a 6-inch pair of heels, I would still be walking like this. Let's go. That's the vibe. 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Take it low. 2 more. Hips. Hips. Guys, we're coming to the end of this. Let's pump it out. Work. Last. We got it. Dance cardio. Let's go. Work. Y'all having me work tonight. Here we go. Squat. 8. This is it. 7. This is it. 6. Count it with me. 305. What? 4. Together. 3, 2, and 1. Give me a big deep breath in. Exhale down, grab some water, guys. Make sure you hydrate after that. We did the thing. We did the thing. Thank you so much for having me be here with 305 Fitness. Thank you to Viv for putting this together. If you guys liked what was happening, if you were like, Zach, I could really be doing that, we are offering 10 free spots for certification, meaning you can get certified in this and you can go on your way serving 305 Fitness to whomever, wherever, all right? So check that out. I'll be around if you guys have any questions. I'm on Instagram, Zach_Eisenberg. It's just my name, so it's EI. But if you have any questions about any of that and you want to know, check me out on Instagram. I always respond to DMs. And then if not, 305 Fitness got all of our website, all of that stuff on our website. But again, thank you to Viv for doing this. And I guess there's more to the panel so we can get more knowledge. From Sadie, I know it's coming on. Yes. So take over, but I'm here if you guys need me. I'm sweating. I'm ready for a margarita. It's Tuesday. It's like the perfect time to have margarita. Granted, I will always find an excuse to drink a margarita. But thank you. So should I pass this along?
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much for your help, Zach. We loved watching you. Thank you for your energy. I love that. And have a great rest of your night. I guess we'll just wait for Sadie to come on now. Thank you.
Of course. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah. Bye. Okay. So we can go ahead and wait for, so we have one more Sadie on the way, but if Alexandra and Sadie want to hop on right now.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi.
I'm coming.
No worries.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you guys so much for coming tonight.
Yeah, of course. Hi, Sadie. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How was your guys' day? How are you guys doing?
Great. I'm going to have to mute when I'm not talking because I have crying babies in the background.
How old?
I make them disappear along with their changing table over
Oh
here.
my gosh, don't worry at all. Where are you guys tuning in from?
I'm in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
I'm in New York.
Awesome. We'll just wait for a couple minutes. I'm sure Sadie is on her way.
Where are you, Izzy?
I am in Boston right now. But how old did you say the kids were?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's a handful.
So much. Those are the busy years. Mine are 18 months apart. I remember.
Oh my gosh.
There she is.
Same. Mine are 18 months apart.
Okay.
Oh.
Sadie.
Hi. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming tonight. If you do not know me, my name is Izzy Sarosity, and I'm the COO of Vivpure V, an earth-friendly, sustainable period care brand, and I'm also the MC for the night. So we're very excited about the hour we have ahead. We're going to dive into wellness with some of the top innovators from the space. We are going to look at how wellness has transformed their lives, their companies, how it has shifted amidst all the craziness in 2020, and where they see the space headed for the future. So let me go ahead and introduce you to some of our panelists. We have Sadie Lincoln, who is the co-founder and CEO of Barre3, a fitness company focused on teaching people to be balanced in body and empowered from within. Starting in 2008 with a flagship studio in Portland, Oregon, Barre3 has grown to include more than 160 franchise studios powered by female entrepreneurs, plus an online workout streaming subscriber base in 98 plus countries. What started as a workout has blossomed into a full-blown movement made up of millions of people focused on body positivity, being empowered, and redefining success in fitness really means. So hello, Sadie, if you want to give everyone a wave.
Hi.
We then have Alexandra Benetti, a former consultant in Wharton grad. Alexandra is a serial obsessed with building companies with community in their DNA. She is the founder and CEO of Tact. Welcome, Alexandra, if you want to give everybody a wave. Okay, perfect. And then last but not least, we have Sadie Kurzband, 30-year-old founder and CEO of 305 Fitness. Sadie began working on 305 as a side hustle at Brown University. 305's emphasis on inclusivity and body positivity was a direct response to Kurzban's battle with disordered eating growing up in Miami. A force of nature, Kurzban has grown 305 from a humble one-woman operation into an unstoppable global community. On social media, she utilizes her personal account to share more than just her dance moves. Dubbed the next fitness cult leader by the New York Observer, Kurzban is a bold, outspoken leader of the next generation. So thank you all for the panelists for coming tonight. It means the world to us. We are going to spend about the first 40 minutes in discussion, and we'll open up about the last 20 to Q&A from any of the viewers. So without further ado, we can begin. I wanted to start a little bit with you guys all telling us about your passion for the wellness space and really diving into where it all began. So if Sadie L, if you want to begin, that would be great.
Sadie, isn't it fun having another Sadie?
It's crazy. This has never happened. This is like...
I love it. We met one other time in New York. Do you remember that? Yeah. Yeah, mostly I'm used to like meeting other dogs named Sadie. There's a lot of dogs named Sadie. In fact, my next door neighbor has a dog named Sadie. So you're asking about my definition of wellness, what wellness means for me.
A little bit more about where your passion for wellness began. So let's talk about like beginning prior to.
Okay. I think you just froze. But my passion for wellness, I think has been a journey and a discovery of what wellness is. And for me, wellness, I think how I kind of came upon wellness is when I was really myopic about what fitness meant for me for many years. And fitness for me meant a physical ideal and showing up in a way that I hoped would mean that I was successful or worthy or attractive, or all these ridiculous kind of definitions I had around what it meant to be fit. Did we just lose her?
You're doing great, though. You're doing great.
Am I just chatting with you guys? Oh, there you are. Good. Are you okay? Are you having a connection thing? Are we good? Should I keep talking? Are there other people on this call?
I think so. I think it says live on YouTube, so I think you should be good.
Oh, great. Okay. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Okay. What I was saying, and this is important, is that my journey around wellness is for me, how I define wellness is a pursuit of being in harmony with my values beyond being physically fit. And recognizing when I feel out of whack or imbalanced, and then working towards a more balanced state compassionately. And that goes way beyond the physical, external measures of success. And really, for me, wellness is about being empowered from within. And every day that shifts. And so it's really about cultivating body awareness and working towards my own internal measures of success, which kind of change on a daily basis. And so for me, I feel like I built Barre3 almost as a personal journey for myself, and figuring out what it really means to show up in the world in a real, authentic, whole way. And yeah, that's kind of what wellness means to me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Alexandra, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So starting with the first part of the question, which is how we landed in this wellness career journey. I was not an athlete or athletic or played sports or threw or caught a ball for that matter ever. After college, I was working myself to the ground, and I loved my job, but it was, 7 days a week, very late nights. I didn't really have an apartment. I just had my suitcases in a few different cities, and I was taking 4, sometimes 6 airplanes in a week. And I started feeling really unhealthy. Just my airport diet and the lack of sleep. Can you guys hear my child in the background? Cool, great. This is bedtime at the Bonettis. So long story short, I had to find health, and I started going for a walk in the middle of the day. The walk turned into a run. The run turned into a half marathon. Half marathon turned into Pilates studios, Barre3 through 5 type of boutique journey. And I fell in love with it. It really empowered me. I felt strong. I felt more self-confident. Sadie, Elle, I think a lot of what you were talking about, my entry point into wellness was definitely boutique fitness, and it made me feel so much better. I fell in love with it. So I left my corporate job. I was consulting M&A, and I left that to open a boutique fitness studio. And that's what I did for about 10 years. That's how I discovered kind of my obsession with talent in the space. And I really believe that our fit pros and practitioners, nutritionists, meditation instructors are kind of the soul of our industry. And so I left they sold my fitness studio business to launch Talent Hack, which powers instructors.
I am so happy sitting on this call. I was in a terrible mood 1 minute before I got on this call. I like just feel really depleted and overwhelmed, but just seeing the two of you, Sadie, I'm such an admirer, and it is so fun to have the same name. It really is. And I agree. Everyone tells me their dog is named Sadie, and I'm like, why did you waste it on a dog and not a person? Because it's the best name ever. And Alexandra, it's always so good to see you. And I can't wait to maybe meet your child one day, who I always just know in the
Definitely
background.
don't do it at 8 p.m. though.
I feel like I only know them in the background of Zoom. 305 is Miami's area code. So that's where my fitness journey started. That's why I named the company 305, was because that's the place where my roots are. That's the place where I learned about being a woman, about growing up, about what my body was worth or wasn't worth. And it was a place where I learned terrible things about my value. I have 3 older sisters. They were in their teens when I was 9, 10, 11 years old. So their anxiety around fitting in and being liked and finding a boy was just rampant in my house. And I had a mom who was a full-time lawyer trying to write a book on the side and just, salad, no dressing. Does this fish have any oil on it? So that was the environment I grew up with a lot of disordered eating, with a lot of pressure to fit the bill. Also grew up with a lot of trauma and sexual violence in generations of my family going back, stories about all of this violence against women. So all of that taught me growing up that my body was not safe, that it was an object for somebody else to use and abuse and do whatever they wanted with, and really not something for me to own. I grew up in that environment, counting calories in secret from the age of 4th grade, which is just insane to think about. I have nieces that are now older than 4th grade. So, but I did it all in secret, because also that's another thing about being a woman in the world, is you are supposed to look the part, but not tell anyone that you have any effort involved along the way. And came to appreciate fitness through this, Stairmaster, elliptical, treadmill, counting my calories, following the footsteps of my sisters and my mom. And, it's a long story, but over time, I just came to really appreciate that I actually had more value than what I look like, hence my showing up to this in pajamas and no makeup. But if you wear makeup, that's cool. I wear makeup all the time too. But what the process over the last few years, really starting in my 20s and hopefully carrying out in the future, has just taught me to really love myself, to like myself, to really not care so much about what I look like, because ultimately there is actually zero value in what I look like. There's so many more interesting things about me, so many more interesting things about you than what you look like. And so 305 is this expression of that, of creating a place in the wellness industry where we're not changing bodies, we're celebrating bodies, we're not trying to transform you, we are accepting you and loving you exactly as you are. So we're only tip of the iceberg there. There's so much more work that we can be doing to be even more inclusive, but at the end of the day, that's why 305 is so much around joy and fun and self-expression and self-love, and not around purging or exclusivity or elitism or some of the other things that sometimes appear in the fitness industry.
Yeah, I love that so much. And I loved hearing about your wellness journeys with yourself. It's such a personal journey for everyone. Everyone else's is so different than the next person's, So diving into that a little bit more, obviously you guys are all involved in the fitness world. Let's unpack a little bit about how you feel wellness and fitness necessarily intertwine and relate with one another, but how more so how they differentiate. If Alexandra, you want to go first?
Yeah. So how are we different?
So how fitness and wellness kind of intertwine and are alike, but also how they more likely differentiate from one another.
Got it. Yeah. So I see wellness as kind of all of your levers that make you feel well, for lack of a better terminology. It's really about being well and feeling well. And so within that, I think different people have different levers, but some of the ones that we all share are our physical body, and that's fitness. Fitness is kind of one lever into wellness. You also have nutrition and mindfulness, and for me, my family, just making time for my family is a big part of my mental well-being and my wellness. And so I think for all of us, there are different categories that we can put in there. The ones that kind of we all agree on are exercise, nutrition, and mental health. And if those three things may mean different things for different people, but I truly don't think that you can be really well if you are sick, if your body isn't not even at 100%, because I mean, who's running at 100%? I don't know many people who are. But the stronger you are, the more well you are. And so to me, that's the difference. Fitness is kind of one bubble within the bigger wellness circle.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. Sadie K from 305, do you want to go next?
I don't have a whole lot to add. I think Alexandra said it great. Fitness is one component. I'm probably not well if I'm not doing any physical activity, if my body isn't feeling very fit or conditioned. I'm someone I need to work out 5 to 6 times a week for me to even feel like mentally clear. So that's where I'm at with that. But there's a difference. I have certainly felt periods of my life where I have been over exercising, have a 6-pack, I look amazing, I'm physically fit, I'm conditioned, my oxygen intake is amazing, but I'm like completely depleted spiritually on the inside. And I feel like, I'm angry at everybody and I'm about to fly off the handle and I'm super anxious and I'm tracking every calorie that gets put into my mouth. That's not wellness. But I was fit, but I wasn't well. So it's one part, it's not the whole part.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I'm so with you on the five days a week thing. If I don't exercise enough, I'm such in the wrong mindset with every other aspect of my life. Sadie, Al, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I would just echo both of what you both just said. When I looked the most fit on the outside, I was the least well on the inside. I was not okay. And I think we learn, it's a learned condition thing specifically for women. We learn that fitness is the answer. Our physical, how we show up on the outside, our physical like measures of success is the answer to finally being enough, being attractive, being worthy, being heard, being seen. We're told that if we work out and we put all the eggs in that basket, I've heard this for years and it's been my own experience, that if I work out every single day, I'm going to be awesome. I'm finally going to, be winning. And I know in my own experience, and I've heard this echoed amongst women over and over and over again, is then you get there, you finally do it, you get to your goal weight or your goal, whatever, and it's not the answer. And there's no shame in that. I think a lot of people feel shame in that moment, or shame that I'm not enough, or I'm doing all the exercises like they're telling me to do it, but I still don't feel enough. I still feel unwell. There's no shame in that. And that's, really what I would add to the conversation is that we are taught that, and that it's really an unlearning that we are enough as we are in our bodies in this very moment. And that the real practice in fitness is to remember that while you're moving, remember that this moment matters and how I'm feeling in my body in this moment. And then being honest and moving in an authentic way that's in harmony with that awareness, then turns fitness into a practice of accepting your body and kind of celebrating whatever is going on in your body. And sometimes it isn't good. Sometimes it's like, God, I don't feel good today. And just being honest with that and kind of sitting in that feeling. It's not always about winning. So I think that's where wellness and fitness intersect, is when we have that honest conversation with ourselves as we move, as we experience our physicality in fitness.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I love this female strong panel. I feel like I'm going to be so inspired and empowered after this. So diving a little bit more into all of your guys' fitness companies, how do you feel that you incorporate wellness into your company as a whole and necessarily into your employees as well as your business's mission? Sadie, Al, do you want to start?
Yeah, I think our product is about our mission is to teach people to be balanced in body and empowered from within. And that's that whole, really encouraging people along the way as they're moving to have a conversation with themselves of what do I need right now? What do I need right that now? And maybe that's modifying and moving in a different way than your neighbor. And we really see modification when you modify a move as kind of figuratively and literally standing up for yourself and what your body needs in that very moment, and having a real celebration. Like Zach's class was just such a celebration of movement. I loved it. I loved what he brought to this whole evening together, because you could tell, I felt like I could just move any way I wanted and I would be accepted and happy. And I think that's something we really celebrate at Barre3, and we've done that over the years. I think where wellness comes in for us, we're a women-run company. We are owned and operated by all women across the nation. And then my headquarters, the vast majority of us are women. And so other ways that we tackle wellness kind of behind the scenes is having real dialogue around what it is to be a woman in business, and how to show up authentically and in a feminine, kind of owning our feminine power, which I know sounds cliche, but both men and women have feminine energy, and the masculine energy is so much more accepted and celebrated in the business world. And so for us, it's just countering that. It's just coming back to balance. So yeah, masculine energy is really important. I have a ton of masculine energy. I show up in kind of a masculine way, but I also have feminine energy, right? And so we do stuff like one of the things we do in leadership training, for example, is voice training, where we practice speaking from our kind of authentic voice, like literally voice training. And one thing we've learned through fitness is that a lot of our instructors were kind of talking up here in their heads more, because they were sucking in their bellies, because women have been taught to suck in our bellies. So we're not using our diaphragm. And when you don't use your diaphragm, you can't speak from your chest voice, which has been proven. When you speak from your chest voice, which has more of a vibration and more of a natural tone, it's a little more masculine. It's also more accepted. People take you more seriously. So these are the kinds of conversations we have, like behind the scenes at Barre3, that I think are part of wellness, and just kind of walking the talk all the time, not just in front of the camera or, when we teach a class.
Yeah, definitely. Sadie K, you have anything else to add?
Love what you said, Sadie, about the feminine and masculine energy. I'm always talking about this and people are like, okay. But I literally say the same thing. I'm like, the reason why I've been able to get to where I am is because I have all this masculine energy, but it's so true. Like, it's just one way of going through the world. It's not the way. I love everything that you said. And I think that building in general, just a more compassionate form of capitalism is sort of everything that we're doing. It is a more feminine approach, which is a more generous approach, a more emotional approach, a more giving approach, a more, it's not an approach that's all about like linear, we're getting to this goal, we're going to go to 1 billion. It's a lot more about making space for people, accepting people, seeing people for who they are. Communication, just like Sadie talked about, is a huge thing as part of our training. I love the example that you shared. An example that we have is all of our instructors, for example, read a book called Nonviolent Communication, because it gives people the tools to be able to say, I am feeling hurt that you did this. It's a toolkit for people who may not feel so okay with conflict or expressing themselves, to be able to have that, because every person who works at 305, we want to be able to have those open and honest conversations where we're not looking at power as like, I'm the CEO, you're my minion, but we all can feel empowered to express ourselves. So many examples like that, but I'm just picking up what you're putting down, Sadie. I'm loving it. And we can talk about our masculine energies anytime.
I love that. I love the masculinity. I'm definitely going to go ahead and practice that on a daily dose for myself now moving forward. And Alexandra, do you have anything else you want to add?
I mean, I could talk about that all day, but I won't, because you'll lose us for the rest of this time. Something I think that Talent Hack is a very intense work environment. You know, it's very, very early stage tech startup-y, which means that we work a ton. We're just really excited about what we're building. And so that means that sometimes the line between personal and work just blends because you love what you're doing so much. And so it's just really intense. And so I think that for us, it's really important that people are happy, you know, that our employees are just as happy as they can be as human beings outside of the job. Obviously, we're surrounded by the Sadies. I mean, there aren't a lot of Sadies, but people that, you know, are driven by the passion of the wellness space. And so that kind of instinctively comes into our culture, because we're just constantly talking about and being inspired by a lot of the movers and shakers of our industry. But beyond that, I think that we just really respect people's needs, you know, and if that means that you need to take a Wednesday off because you're overwhelmed, or if you know, have to go in the middle of the day to get a facial, or if, for me, I'm an avid meditator, I meditate in the middle of the day, no matter what, at 3:30 p.m. I don't care if we're in the middle of a conversation, I'm going to go get my meditation in. And so I think just creating that environment of, you know, take care of yourself, do what you have to do. We're all adults. Figure out what that wellness equation is for you, and make sure that you make space for that. And in a very intense work environment, that just comes any day of the week, any time of the day. And we not only allow that, but we really encourage people to live that way.
Yeah, I'm taking like head notes while you guys are all talking on things I'm going to go ahead and try for like tomorrow. I love this conversation. So we're going to shift a little bit more towards 2020. So obviously this year has been out of the ordinary in so many ways. But how has the wellness space shifted in this year from your guys' eyes, in your perspective? Let's go, Alexandra, you want to start?
I'll go last because mine is tech, and theirs are really more interesting.
Okay.
I can jump in. It's been really rough for the business that we're in. We are a studio business to date. We're mostly in New York City, where COVID is wreaking havoc and where people are taking it really seriously as well. So it's thrown us for a loop. The ability to survive and thrive in this time is going to be a huge accomplishment that I'll turn around and just be super proud of. But I'm also just, aware that there are many people in my shoes who don't have that ability, who don't have the ability to raise money, who don't have the ability to turn to friends and family or to clients, who maybe have only one location, so they don't know that they can really negotiate with their landlords and not pay rent. So those are all the small business owners I'm thinking about a lot. It's not a great time to be in brick and mortar. It's not a great time to be in brick and mortar fitness. I think that will change in the future. I know that in 2023, when the plague is over, everyone is like, let's party, let's get fit, let's sweat, let's be together. F my stationary bike, let's go. I know that that's coming, but it is definitely like, I'm not going to lie. We are bracing ourselves for a challenge ahead. We have other business channels that we have been able to invest in this time. The one that I'm most excited about is our instructor certification. So this is a program where we teach mostly women, but actually anybody who likes to dance for $190. It's a 6-day course, 20 hours online. You learn the skills on how to be a leader, how to teach the class, how to cue, how to pattern form, how to market yourself. So now we have about 1,000 certified instructors that are teaching outdoors, online, in states or in countries where COVID is not really as bad. And they're making money, and it's incredibly empowering to see. And it's similar to the business that Sadie here has built, which is all about empowering the next generation of mostly young women to go out there and make that money. We teach them how to do what I did in college, which is to rent from a dance studio or put out a boombox outside and just get up there and hustle and start doing it. And they're making great money, and it's like super empowering and cool. And just, it's amazing for me to go on Instagram and be like, oh my God, 305 in Arizona. And just really overnight, like in the last few months, all of this has happened. So lots of reasons to be upset and hurt and feel frustrated. And personally, I'm so pissed at our government that we've been given like so little support for this incredible disaster. But also lots of reasons to be excited, which mostly around certification and just our ability to be able to really grow and think outside the realm of possibility of what we thought before.
Sadie, I'm so inspired by you. I think that I have to believe we're all going to look back at this moment and we're going to be amazed at ourselves, right? With key constraints, like extreme constraints and a little bit of a growth mindset, innovation happens. And for me, I'm just so keenly aware of how much I care about. I care about all business and specifically owner operated businesses, people who have courageously stepped into the arena to start a business and are being so humbled right now. And if anybody's listening to this and is thinking about starting a business and feels like, what a bummer moment. I really believe that this is actually a really amazing moment, specifically in fitness and wellness, because at warp speed, all of us have realized what really matters. We're literally all, like I keep saying, we're all at home in our bodies right now. Like we're literally stuck at home and we're forced to be in our bodies. And so we're realizing what really matters. Like I've been thinking about it. Like I've built this big company but the thing I love the most is walking my dogs, and that's free. Like, do I need this big company? I mean, I'm, it's just this lesson of like remembering what matters, like, and I do care about supporting locally operated businesses that are run by women, like these two wonderful women on the panel. Like, I want to support these two people. I care where my dollars go and where my energy goes matters right now more than it ever has. And I opened our first studio in August of 2008, which was the global financial crisis when everybody said, don't do it, you're crazy, right? And I negotiated really great rent because it was easy to do back then. And my community here in Portland supported me because they knew it was me teaching all the classes, holding babies in childcare, checking them in, cleaning the studio. Like, they knew it was me and they wanted to support me. And I believe that that's going to happen pretty soon here too. I think, real estate is going to go down. It's going to be easier. There are going to be less barriers to go to market if you do want to do bricks and mortar. I think it's going to be hard. To Sadie's point, it's going to be a little bit of a climb out of this, but I'm more optimistic. I believe that together we're going to rise and we're going to get through this, and hopefully there's going to be some really beautiful innovation and business that comes out of it.
So I'm so inspired by what's happened this year. It's been, like both Sadies have said, really heartbreaking. And for us at Talent Hack, we have a marketplace half. On the one side, you have companies and studios like Bar 3 and 305, and on the other, we had talent. And in overnight, in a week, the rug was just swept from under everyone's feet. And I'm very deep into this industry, but the way that our industry has just stepped up to the plate and created, from one day to the next, new revenue streams and shifted to digital. And the fact that consumers dropped almost everything and continued to spend in these businesses and these people through the pandemic, and obviously, there's no stopping that. So I think that it's made us realize how much the consumer values wellness, specifically fitness. Even at a time where you can't go to the studio, you're going to subscribe to your Zoom membership, just so you have access to your fitness. And not just to your fitness, but to your instructor and your studio. You know, like you are going as far as you have to support them, not as an act of kindness, but because you need them in your life. You know, as a consumer, it's not charity. It's you need that service that they have to offer in your life. And so I think that this year has proven that people will do anything to get their fitness fix, especially with the community that they love and value, and the instructor and, you know, the business owner that they love and follow. And so I think that that's really exciting. I think the way that studios in town have handled it has been pretty incredible. For us, Talent Hack is like Mind Body Online, but for people instead of studios. So we power instructor businesses, and just to see what these guys have achieved, you know, created over the past 6 months has been really just astounding. I mean, we're floored every day. Another conversation where we're just like, you're doing what? So I think that like the Sadie said, it's the Sadies, like the Sadie said, I think it's an opportunity, you know, it's a challenge that created a lot of opportunity. I don't think anyone would wish this on anybody. You know, it's been a really hard thing a hard bridge to go through, but I think that it's really strengthened the core values of our industry. And I think that they are going to take a different form. I think that it'll be more hybrid in the next few years. I think that, like Sadie K said, people will go back to in person. You can't beat community. There's nothing that replaces people in your life and feeling like you belong. But I think that we'll see a lot of innovation in the wellness space in the next years because of this pandemic.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And I will say that I've definitely needed my fitness fix to keep me afloat during the pandemic. It's definitely what's keeping me sane. So I'm going to go ahead and ask the last question here to wrap up the discussion before we open up to Q&A. I want to dive in a little bit. Can you guys talk about why you think it's actually important to think of wellness as an investment rather than just a cost? If anybody wants to volunteer to go first, you can go ahead.
I mean, I'll give you my meditation as my example. I suffer of anxiety, always have. I don't remember not having this disease ever in my life. And paralyzing anxiety, you know, just the kind that you wake up and your chest, you're just like, I don't know if I can deal with this. And then this really isn't that big of a deal. It's anything, just, you know, feels really crushing. And I tried a lot of different meditations, all the apps, all the studios, all the things, nothing worked for me. And at one point I was like, you know what, this just isn't for me. I'm Latin, I'm from Venezuela. I'm one of 40 cousins. I grew up in a very loud house. Like my mind goes too fast. Like meditation just isn't for me and I need to find something else. And the reason I hadn't really taken a real meditation course was because it was really expensive. I think it's like $1,000. When I took it, it was $500. I think the minimum is $500 and you can pay, you know, up to $1,000 or something, which for me was a lot of money and it felt unnecessary. I can just download a YouTube or, you know, do apps. I ended up in the hospital with an anxiety attack in the ER. And I went on medication, which really saved me, became pregnant and had to drop medication. So I went through my pregnancy unmedicated with a ton of anxiety, had my baby and had to decide, do I go back on medication and not breastfeed my baby, or do I try something else? So I decided to finally invest in my meditation course. And 3 weeks in, I was sleeping for the first time in years. 3 months in, I had no anxiety, none, after a decade of debilitating anxiety. And now, almost 4 years in, I wouldn't say that I'm a different person, but I'm the best version of myself that I've ever been. I have really great relationships. I have a very happy marriage. I don't yell at my kids, and there are plenty of reasons to yell at them, but they just don't, they don't nothing really rattles me, problems at work. I identify them as gigantic problems, but they don't give me anxiety. I'm like, okay, let's figure out what are the 100 steps that we need to take to solve that. And so I think that's an example of a really dramatic shift for me, that it took, $1,000 or whatever it took to start, because forget about all, the dedication and commitment that it takes to build a practice in fitness and in meditation and nutrition and anything, you have to really commit to it. But just like the money out of your pocket that you have to invest is so deeply transformational that everything else just is better. And I felt that in fitness. Like I said, my entry point into the wellness space was fitness, and I went from feeling very shitty about myself to feeling very empowered and strong. And I was walking into, the boardroom differently. So I think that it's money. I've always felt that, especially because I started in this space in my young 20s when I didn't have any. But it's always been the best money that I've spent.
Wow, I don't think I could add anything, because that is such a beautiful story. And what I would just like to highlight in your story is that, for everybody listening, is that it didn't work at first. Like, sometimes, like, I really think that wellness is a practice. One of my friends now, and he's a mindfulness teacher, his name's Don Depani. He said to me once, whatever it is you practice, you become. And I was talking to him about how I was shaming. I felt so shameful about me as a mom, just not being present with my kids. And he said, well, of course you're not present with your kids. You practice being distracted all the time. So you're really good at being a distracted mom.
Wow.
And it was just that like profound moment of like, oh, I need to practice a lot of things in my life that I want intentionally. Like, I wasn't consciously being a focused mom, and that I needed to practice being focused. And I needed a teacher. I needed someone to help me do that, because I had a pattern of being distracted. And I think that's true in fitness. I think that's true in our nutrition and our health habits, our sleep habits. For me, this quarantine, it's been practicing being more intentional about alcohol consumption, and really being intentional about it versus just drinking to numb, which I was doing at the beginning, which was such an awareness, right? And so that's what I would just add. But I think that a lot of us get discouraged and then give up, and that it's really important to invest and to keep finding teachers and support, so that your life is in harmony with your values.
I mean, yeah, everything both of you said is amazing. Underscore the investment piece as well that Sadie just talked about. It's like, the saying, if it were easy, everyone would do it. It's like the same thing about taking care of yourself. And I think also, the only thing maybe I can add to this is that sometimes we think that taking care of ourselves or wellness is like adding more. Like, okay, now I have to journal. Now I have to do this. Now I have to do this. Oh, and I have to do this. For some of us, it's just like actually doing less. So even in the moment in a meeting, being more aware, like, am I listening or am I waiting to speak? Like, because it's so much more relaxing just to like sit and listen. It's like really just the most relaxing thing in the world. So there are shifts that we can make that doesn't have to be money and more time and more things and more chores. That's like a very American masculine approach. Like, now I'm going to optimize my sleep. Now I'm going to, there's also just actually less that we can do that can be an investment in our future.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the discussion and open up to any questions from the viewers that we have here with us presently. So, okay, we have one here. If you could go back to the beginning of your business journey, what would you tell yourself? Oh, wow. Okay. or jumpstart back all the way to the beginning, like what would you tell yourself then that you know now?
Do it. You don't need a business partner. No one has the answers. You'll figure it out. Ask for help along the way. It's going to be really tough. You're going to want to give up all the time. Don't expect anything. Be proud of yourself. Give it a go. If you're 22 and you've never worked anywhere in your life and you think that you know nothing, that's an advantage. It's not a disadvantage because you have no mortgage and no responsibility. So go for it. That's what I would tell myself.
I think a piece of advice that my mom gave me when I first started, she said that the business will always give you a second chance and people will only give you one chance. And I think that, you know, anything that you do or that you're starting, just placing a lot of value on your client, you know, the person who's willing to pay, on your team, just really going above and beyond for the people always. Like, you know, you'll have great months, you'll have really bad months, you'll have great years, you'll have 2020. And you know, the business will evolve and turn around, and some, you know, won't make it, and all of that. Just, that's just the cycle of life. But taking care of the people along the way is for me has been a really great piece of advice.
Yeah, I think if I could go back and talk to myself 12 years ago, I would tell her, you're on the right track. You have the answers within. You really do. You're good. You're strong and you're good. And because of that, you deserve to surround yourself with people who expand you and up level you versus people who diminish you. And I would have said that to her every single day. That, you know, give yourself permission to surround yourself with people who really see you, believe in you, and who up level you versus diminish you. I wish I had that advice earlier on. That's definitely been a learning for me.
Yes, to that one.
That's such a good one.
I can't tell you how many people have come and gone, have been like such meaningful parts of this business at some point, and now like they're not here. Like it's part of being that entrepreneur with a vision. Not everyone's going to be on your wavelength, and it's your job to remove them or get yourself out of that situation instead of making the rules bend to them. Like not everyone thinks like you. It's a gift.
Yes. Yeah.
So good.
You guys are inspiring me so much. I love this. Okay. Let's jump to another question. So what advice do you have for people who let their wellness slip a bit over the last few months? Let's say maybe in a pandemic or something, who are also trying to refocus on wellness now. So getting back into this space, how would you suggest it? Have any tips or advice?
I'll just say one thing. Give yourself a giant break. It's okay. Like shame spiral is a real thing. You're not alone. Most of us are having, I mentioned drinking for me. Like I really, and if you kind of lean into for me, it's recognizing imbalances without shame or judgment is a huge step towards wellness. So just recognizing that I was drinking more wine than usual and that was making me out of balance, that in itself is being well, without the shame and judgment.
Cheers to that. With all the technology struggles I've been having today, I'm definitely going to open a bottle of red after this. Thank you for that one.
I think something that I've been doing for the past few years is I make a list of the things that make me feel good. And it's a very long list. It can be a book of a list. And then I prioritize them and I only focus on fitting in the top 3. And I've realized that I only have space for 3 things at a time. And that sometimes means there are months where fitness is not in my top 3. And there are months that, eating healthy just doesn't fit because I just don't have the bandwidth. Like it's mentally more, I feel better if I can just order food and not have to spend that hour a day figuring out, a healthy meal, than it is to actually ingest nutritious food. And that's crazy to think about, but it's really worked for me because I don't feel bad about the 100 million things that I'm not getting to. And I just focus on the top 3, and they can be whatever you want them to be. It could be journaling, it could be reading, it could be going for a walk, it could be, taking your bike to work. Like, really, what are 3 things that are going to make you really happy if you do them consistently for 7 days, 14 days, 21 days? And when that's not feeling in balance, then it's time to kind of revisit that list. So I think that if you've fallen off the wagon and that's your interpretation of it, I wonder if you made that list, if it's just because you don't have space for that right now. And there are other things that you should be, spending energy on that are going to make you grow more right now. And that is just really detracting because it's making you feel guilty all the time. So that's just an exercise that has really worked for me.
I really like that. Both of what both of you said really resonates. Alexandra, what you're saying about just doing 3 things. Like for me, I bite my nails. I've bit my nails my whole life. I drink soda. I smoke weed. Like I could tell myself like I'm going to cut all of these things, but they just don't matter. Like I'm not going to cut them until they matter. Maybe at some point in my life they will matter, and I'm sure when it actually matters, I'll stop. But they don't matter to me right now because I'm building an awesome business and I'm focusing on my marriage and I'm trying to eat the best that I can on most days or whatever it is. So I totally agree. Just do a couple things that actually matter, put it in perspective. And also if you're, I think we all maybe picked up on a little bit of fear, shame in the question. So if there is like a fear element to it, like, oh, I'm spiraling out of control. What if I keep going down this route? What will happen to me? Trusting yourself that like when it becomes a problem, you will be mature and handle it with grace. We don't just like wake up one morning and our whole life is, fallen apart. I know that this has been like a huge fear of mine, is just like, what if I just get too close and then it all, it doesn't work like that. When it becomes a problem, you'll know it. It may not be right now that you know it, you may just be taking baby steps in that direction, but trust your future self that you will know what to do when you have the tools available to you.
Yeah, all great responses. I love those. I have one question I have my eye on. What is your superpower?
I am extremely creative. I can generate 100 ideas. I like to sing. I like to dance. I like to draw. I just can create things that other people can't see. That's my superpower.
I think I mean, my meditation is like my superpower, but that's not really, that's a practice. Something that's like my secret thing that I do that I don't really talk about, but it works. What I'm good at is I can zoom in. I'm super focused, like to a fault. I don't see what's going on around me. I'm just like so hyper focused, but I can just as easily, just fly to the top and look at something big picture and kind of understand what's going on and where we're going, and then zoom back in. And I think that that's something that's helped me a lot in business.
First thing that came to my mind, I've learned in this whole crazy chaotic time, is that I operate really well in chaos. I'm really okay with uncertainty. And I'm super flexible to a fault. Like my team goes nuts about it because I'm just flexible. But it's like, that's a good thing during chaos, right? That's a good thing during stressful times. Yeah.
I love that one. That's awesome. Okay, so actually tagging off of 2020 and the craziness in the pandemic. When it comes to access to fitness, do you think the at-home shift from the pandemic will have any lasting detrimental effects for those who don't have the space to do so?
So you mean like if you're someone working out from home and you don't have space to work out from home, is that the question? Is it going to have?
I believe so. Do you think the at-home shift from the pandemic will have any lasting detrimental effects for those who don't have the space to do so? So yes, I believe so. Or actually, let's shift that question. What role do you think studios play in mass access to health and fitness?
Such a big role. The Sadies should answer that one.
I mean, I don't think that it's interesting that that first question was asked, because generally people think about at home as opening up access. And I think that is generally what it has done. One question in the at home space is like, if your Peloton is $2,000, is that really increasing access? Or are you just pushing more product to the already affluent, already fit, already like hyper optimized lifestyle bro in Silicon Valley? So, and there's plenty of workouts you can do without a bike or without a stationary machine that are priced really affordably, or free YouTube workouts, like the kind of stuff that we've been doing too. So I hope that online can help democratize access. To be honest, I don't know how much studios can do it. We have limited capacity. We're constrained by price points. Landlord bills are a really real thing. I'm sure I speak for Sadie and I both when I say if we could give our class for $2, we 100% would. And it really is just about actually making the margins work. I think that studios serve, for me, it's like the heightened expression of what I think about when I think about community. 305 has these crazy, we have 150 LED lights. We have a DJ in every studio. We have a sprung wood floor. We have like this 6 surround sound. So like, to me, it's just the full immersion experience, but it's not really about accessibility because it's geographically constrained. There's only 30 people in the room at once. So I think access is important. And I think that's what we're doing with certification and with online. But I don't see how studios are really helping to widen access short of just opening more.
I think access is such an important conversation right now that I'm happy to hear that we're talking about right now in this conversation. And there's the financial barrier, but there's also, it's an interesting, like when I heard that question, the first thing that popped into my head, which is also an important conversation, is that not everybody's home life feels safe. And that getting out of the home and going to a studio can be a very safe harbor. And I know I've heard that from clients, and that's a real thing too. And I think that, it's just really important for everybody to reach out. There are lots of hotlines, or, reach out to neighbors, reach out to friends. If you're feeling that way, if you're feeling like your home isn't a good place to be well and be safe and healthy, that there are still lots of resources to help you. And to always reach out.
Yeah.
I think studios are giving more access. I mean, I think back in 2010 when I started Bari, my fitness studio, it was just me and SoulCycle in our neighborhood. And I don't know how many there are today, but I would bet that over 30 in the neighborhood. And I think that that's, obviously New York City, Tribeca, it's not the most, but I think if you extrapolate that to the rest of the US in the past 10 years, a lot of boutique has given a lot more people the opportunity to work out. And so I think for the past decade, it's just been there's so much more inventory. There's just so many more classes that people can attend across the US and the world for that matter. But I think in this, next era of fitness in the tech space, you also see studios really innovating in the digital world and, how to build community in the digital world. And so if access means, are they going to make it free? I hope not, because it's a product, and a lot of people and expertise and degrees go into creating what fitness is. And so I hope that it's never free, because everyone deserves to be paid for their amazing work. But I think more and more there's more great content available for, it doesn't matter what modality you like or what length of workout you want or at what time of day. You can probably find something that you love out there. And a lot of that is thanks to the work of studios like Barre3 and 305.
Yeah. I'm going to say we are closing in on 9 o'clock. So thank you all for coming. I did want to mention that 305 has their YouTube channel to go tune in for classes, and Barre3 is
For
offering.
example, perfect segue.
They're offering a 15-day free trial for online workouts if anyone wants to go sign up. Sadie, was there something else that?
Yes, I was told to pass on this message. If you are interested in instructor certification, I think we're offering 10 free spots. And to do that, you have to email getcertified@305fitness.com. Getcertified@305fitness.com, or you can find me on Instagram and I'll pass on your name. I'm Sadie Kurzban. But we're giving 10 free spots. And this is like mostly college students.
College, post-college.
Incredible way to just like learn some leadership skills, gain the confidence, get up in front of a room, do something you didn't think you could do. You don't need any fitness teaching experience. I promise. So just check it out. You have nothing to lose, especially if you have time on your hands. Getcertified@305fitness.com.
Do it.
Yes.
Love it.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Sadie. So yeah, go ahead, check out Viv Your V as well for yourself or any of your menstruating friends. We have the webinar 2020 code. And again, that's webinar all uppercase 2020 for 15% off your next order. We also have another webinar coming up next month, so stay on the lookout for that. And as well as stay tuned for early 2021. We have a lot coming from the company. So I hope you all had a really good rest of your night, and I'm going to go ahead and end the YouTube live. And thank you guys for coming. I hope to see you next time.